Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ashley from boosterdesigns.com, and I'm going to walk you through a design I recently had the privilege to do, and I'm just going to talk about a few different elements to this because I think it's just a helpful one that might be cool for people to pick up some different tips here, because I feel like this is a more modern design. And I think there's maybe a few things that we can pick up from here. So just wanted to talk through my thinking on this, and hopefully it helps some other people. If you have any questions, please let me know. So first of all, this is for a company called Wheelhouse. This site actually isn't even fully live here. But what they do is basically you can buy a garage. It's like a storage unit. You buy it, you own it, and these people are pimping it out and making it super cool. And most of them are storing their really, really expensive toys. As you can see, their Porsches, their Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and those kind of things. So our goal then is to create a website that promotes this site and generates people to, the main call to action is to set up a call with them because they're highly personable and they want to build this community, and so they thought that was their best means for their call to action is a call rather than filling out a form. So so what we did is, because this is a very unique niche here, in the fact that it's all like just owners with a lot of money. So we just kind of showcase that, because I think people are attracted to money, and especially if you have money, like you want to be a part of that club. And that's what they said is, like, everybody comes here and there's this unique community that happens. People hang out and they want to show off. And so we really showcase that. And so the agency I designed this for put together this gorgeous video here that just really showcases this place and shows people talking and interacting here, and shows all of these gorgeous cars. So that's what we're doing here with this header is we want to immediately catch your attention. And if you are somebody that has a decent amount of money and you have toys and you don't know where to go and you've heard about this place, immediately we want you to feel like you belong here. Like this is your place. This is a place you're drawn to. These are your kind of people. And so that's what we're doing here with this web header. Make it really simple here. I try to remove a lot of stuff from my call to action. So basically we've got this line here, garage you own, and a community you'll love. And then we have the button here that's for a scheduled call. And then, in case it's not abundantly clear, we want everybody to know right away when you look at the site. We want you to know what it's all about. So we've got this line over here. It says luxury garage condominiums in Northeast Florida. So it gives us a little bit of SEO here, but also it makes it super clear. So if you're a story brand person and you understand the grunt test, this helps us pass the grunt test. And the grunt test is whenever somebody lands on your site, basically they need to know essentially what you can do for them in the first, 30 seconds or 5 seconds maybe even. So this is helping clear that up here a little bit. And then we've got a few unique selling points here: customizable storage units, the fact that you can paint it, you can do whatever you want with it because you're actually going to own it. A community here. And then we've got the around-the-clock security, so that you're parking your very, very expensive toy here. We want you to know it's going to be safe. So we hopefully address some of their concerns, also set them apart, and really win the user over just right here. That's our goal here. Above the fold, right when the user lands on this page, is to do those things, and we make it super clear what our call to action is, and because it's this glaring orange box up here in the corner. Another thing, just real quick, because I see this on a lot of sites, and I'm amazed that it's something that people don't know about yet. So I'm going to highlight this. This logo here is actually what's a file type called SVG. So if you can get a vector and it's a PDF or it's an EPS or an AI file, if you can export that as SVG, you can actually use it, and it's going to be vector on your site, and it's going to look awesome. And it's a super small file, even smaller than a PNG or a JPEG is going to be, and it's going to always look really, really crisp. So there's lots of tutorials on that. There's plugins that you can use for WordPress if your page builder doesn't already have that. But that's something to be aware of. And always, whenever you're using, whether it's icons like this here or your logo, try to make it an SVG. It's just going to make it look so much better. So there's that. All right, now we've got in here, and so this is an important thing for anybody who understands StoryBrand, is we give them a roadmap, we give the user a roadmap. We want to let them know what their journey is going to be, how that you can interact and participate in what it is that they offer. And so we make this really clear here. Getting started, schedule a call, discover Wheelhouse community, and reserve and purchase your space here. One of the things I wanted to do here was first of all give it some white space because we're going for a modern design here, but just real subtle accents here of this orange. It's pretty aggressive. It's pretty bright, so I don't want to like make the whole page it, but I do want to use it as an accent, and so you're going to see it here on the top here, and then also as a part of this button here. And then again, we want to show how nice this place is. So we use this image here in the background. That just nice lighting, cool like metal exterior. So we have that going on. And then we have this little blurb here about locations and knowing, there's a variety of locations where you can get this at. While carrying through this motif of this little accent line here on the top of the box. So I think that's pretty strong. Now this is where modern design is good, in that if you can kind of make the user kind of tilt their head and think, oh, that's different, you've got half the battle. And actually, we're going to clean this up a little bit. Our developer probably didn't give us enough of a space here between these two sections, so we're going to talk to him about that. But what we did is here, we just kind of created this gap over here, and some people aren't going to like that, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. And the point of that is just to kind of create this almost not like really jarring effect, but just a, that's interesting, and make different things kind of stand out. We're also doing that with this orange line here. Kind of has that same effect. So if you're wanting to do more of a modern design, and this is not pushing the limits with modern design by any means, but I encourage you to find white space or empty space, and do little things like that where you're not filling out the whole screen here. And you have a nice little gap on the side, just to kind of get to be a little bit quirky and look a little bit different from the typical, full width edge to edge type design here. And I think those are the little things that are actually really effective at making your designs something unique and don't look boilerplate or cookie cutter, and really help you stand apart from your different competition that's out there. Then we've got, again, the slideshow here. And then we're kind of like reversing that same thing from this here where the gap's on the right, and then we put it over here on the left. And again, we're just showing all kinds of photos because these photos are gorgeous, and so are the cars. And we're trying to convince the user, like, this is your place. If you have money to spend on this, this is your exact place here. Then we have a couple testimonials, which hopefully we can beef this up a little bit better, because that's all they had. But yeah, so hopefully use this for inspiration. But I just kind of wanted to talk out loud through just a couple of those points here as I was designing this, to help. Thought maybe it would help you. The font that we're using here on this is a font that I really love. Let's see actually what this is called here, because I never remember the name of it. Yeah, so it's New Haas Grotesque Display, and that is a typekit font. Know that when you use this, because this is a font that's used for both, it could be used for headlines and body. When you use it for a headline, you're going to have to like reduce your letters, your character spacing here. So this can be scrunched up a little bit. And then also just another little nuance thing, whenever you have all caps, we've increased our letter space here. Because I think that makes it look a lot better. And then you can kind of do some similar things here. A lot of times for these fonts that work well for both headline and body copy, you can generally add maybe just a little bit of spacing here to help with the readability factor. But for the most part, they're going to be, if it's a good font, it'll be spot on for that. So just a few thoughts there. Hopefully this helps. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. I send out 2 emails a month, and hopefully they're just super useful, super practical, and not spamming and flooding your inbox. So thanks for your time.